Hello everyone. Once again, welcome back to the online biology classes for HS second year. Myself Sukanya Roy, and in today's lecture we are going to discuss about the next portion of the chapter Human Health and Disease. Okay? So, at the very beginning of this lecture, we shall be dealing with two very important terms, okay? Vaccination and immunization, which actually protects us from the different types of harmful diseases. Okay, so let us try to understand what is the meaning of these terms. So vaccination का मतलब क्या है? It is defined as a process by which very weak or inactivated or dead pathogens or proteins, okay, are introduced inside the body of a person in order to protect him or her from that particular disease. So इस प्रोसेस में एक्चुअली क्या होता है, यहाँ पे वीक और डेड और एटेन्यूएटेड इनएक्टिवेटेड पैथोजेंस और प्रोटीन्स और एंटीजेंस ऑफ ए पर्टिकुलर पैथोजन को हम लोग इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं इनसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ ए पर्सन. ओके, एंड उस पर्सन के बॉडी के जो इम्यून रेस्पॉन्स है उसको ट्रिगर किया जाता है in order to produce antibodies and memory cells against that particular pathogen. Okay, so in near future, if this live or activated pathogen itself encounters our body or gets inside our body, then what happens, those memory cells gets activated and they try to um, create or form more immune cells inside our body very fast, and in this process that particular pathogen is actually discarded of or killed or destroyed from our body and eliminated from our body. Okay, as a result that particular pathogen is not able to cause a harmful disease. Okay, so that is the actually the aim of introducing a vaccine or actually vaccination, which is the aim of vaccination. Clear? So I hope it's clear to you. इस प्रोसेस में एक्चुअली वीकेंड और किल्ड और डिस्ट्रॉयड पैथोजेंस को हम लोग इंसर्ट करते हैं इनसाइड द बॉडी ऑफ ह्यूमन बींग्स so that that particular person can be protected or prevented from any type of harmful diseases which that particular pathogen could have caused in his or her body. Okay, and what is immunization? Immunization is the process simply whereby a person is made immune or resistant against a particular disease or a particular disease causing microorganism. Clear? So immunization में actually क्या होता है, एक person को हम लोग immune करते हैं, okay, उसको protect करते हैं और उसको resistant बनाते हैं against a particular foreign pathogen. How is it done? The process of immunization is done generally or typically by the administration of a vaccine. That is, a particular individual is made immune by giving him or her a vaccine with the help of which his or her body gets immune, okay, or gets resistant against that particular harmful pathogen which in turn could have caused a harmful disease. So I hope you have understood the difference between vaccination and immunization. In vaccination what happens, um, weakened or inactivated proteins or pathogen is inserted inside the body with the help of a vaccine. Like it is nothing but the insertion of a vaccine or giving vaccine to a uh, particular individual. While in case of immunization what happens, here a person is made resistant, okay, against a particular disease. And how it is done? It's done by the administration of a vaccine. Okay, so that means what, we can achieve immunization with the help of vaccination. That is, vaccination is a way, okay, is one of the ways by which we can achieve immunization. Clear now? Okay, let's now move to the next topic. So the next topic is allergy. So ये जो term है, I hope all of you have come across this term, allergy. So let us check the definition of allergy. So allergy एक hypersensitive reaction है और एक oversensitive reaction है. Okay, it's a very high highly sensitive reaction of our immune system against certain types of antigens present in the environment. That means allergy is nothing but a reaction, a very sensitive reaction, okay, of our immune system. That is हमारे body के जो immune system है, तो उस immune system ने जो hyper और very highly sensitive reactions produce किया against any type of foreign antigens whenever we come across those, okay, so that particular reaction is termed as allergy. Clear? So it is defined as a hypersensitive reaction of our immune system or the different types of cells and tissues present within our immune system, which is actually shown against the different types of foreign antigens which are present in the environment whenever our body come across those types of antigens. Clear? Now, the causative organisms or the causes of allergy are termed as allergens. Okay, so allergens produce immune response in an individual. So some of the important examples of allergens are it can be either pollen grains of the flowers, then dust particles present in the environment, feathers of the birds, etc. That means any of the foreign substances present in the environment could be an allergen for a particular individual. Okay, so these are those substances which actually um, causes allergy in a particular individual. ठीक है? And लास्ट क्लास में हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था ना रिगार्डिंग द एंटीबॉडीज. सो हम लोगों ने वहाँ पे देखा था कि 5 टाइप्स ऑफ एंटीबॉडीज आर प्रेजेंट इन आवर बॉडी, राइट? IgD, IgM, IgG, IgA and IgE. So out of those 5, the type of antibody that is IgE, that particular antibody is generally responsible for the means response which is created against the different types of allergens. Okay, so allergy जब भी होता है बॉडी में तभी कौन सा टाइप ऑफ एंटीबॉडी एक्टिवेटेड होते हैं? दैट इज IgE. क्लियर? Next, allergy is caused due to the different chemicals like histamine and serotonin which are released from the mast cells. So mast cells are one of the type of immune cells, okay, present in our blood. And what happens whenever our body, जब भी हमारा body किसी भी type का foreign antigens को encounter करता है at that point of time to create immune response, the mast cells, they release some important chemicals termed as histamine and serotonin so that our immune system gets activated and they try to ward off those types of pathogens and foreign antigens. At that point of time, what happens? This chemicals like histamine and serotonin are released out from the mast cells and which causes the allergies. So now let us have a look at the different symptoms of allergy. Allergy का symptoms generally क्या होते हैं? Sneezing, okay, often, quite often some like rapid sneezing, then watery eyes, okay, running nose, difficulty in breathing, and also sometimes some rashes and itchiness of the skin is also observed as the symptoms of allergy. Please try to remember this. And what are generally what all substances are generally used to reduce the symptoms or treat allergy are antihistamine. Now see, जैसे कि हमने देखा mast cells जो होते हैं वो histamine release करते हैं, and histamine actually like inside our body when histamine is released then actually allergy occurs, right? So allergy को treat करने के लिए या फिर allergy को ठीक करने के लिए हमें कौन से substance use करने पड़ते हैं as medicines? These are the antihistamine, that is the medicines which contains the antihistamine, then adrenaline, different types of steroids, all of this. Okay, so all of this try to reduce the symptoms or treat the condition of allergy in our body. Clear? Next topic which we will discuss is about the autoimmunity or autoimmune response. So what is this? Autoimmunity or the autoimmune response is defined as an abnormal immune response of our body, okay, where what happens, our body starts to reject, okay, our own body cells or they gets confused about the self body cells and the non self foreign antigens. That is, इस कंडीशन में क्या होता है, हमारे बॉडी को कंफ्यूजन होता है इन बिटवीन आवर ओन सेल्स ऑफ द बॉडी एंड द सेल्स ऑफ द फॉरेन पैथोजेंस और फॉरेन एंटीजेंस. बॉडी को समझ नहीं आता कौन सा अपना सेल है और कौन सा बाहर का है. एज ए रिजल्ट क्या होता है, इन सच कंडीशन हमारा जो इम्यून सिस्टम होता है वो स्टार्ट्स एक्टिंग, ओके, वो एक्ट करना स्टार्ट करता है अगेंस्ट इट्स ओन बॉडी सेल्स. So that condition is termed as autoimmunity or autoimmune response. Okay, it is self immunity. Immunity against self cells are termed as autoimmunity. Am I clear to all of you? So some important examples are rheumatoid arthritis, then Graves disease, etc. So just try to remember the names. And here is a diagram or a picture with which the thing will be more clear. So you can see that plasma cell is there. What is plasma cell? It is a specialized type of B cell. हम लोगों ने discuss किया था ना last class में. तो B cell can be divided into mainly two types. एक है plasma cell and the other one is memory cell. So out of that, plasma cell is a very specialized type of B cell जिसका काम क्या होता है, to synthesize and release specialized chemicals termed as antibodies, जो कि different types of foreign पैथोजेंस को ट्रीट करने में और अटैक करने में हेल्प करता है. ठीक है, दैट इज दीज आर द लाइक वन ऑफ द वेपन्स ऑफ आवर इम्यून सिस्टम. तो क्या होता है यहाँ पे देखो, प्लाज्मा सेल इज रिलीजिंग द एंटीबॉडीज एंड एंटीबॉडीज क्या कर रहे जाके हमारे बॉडी के जो न्यूरन है, देयर इज वन ऑफ द सेल्स ऑफ आवर बॉडी, वहां पे जाके दे आर गेटिंग अटैच्ड एंड एज ए रिजल्ट दे विल ट्राई टू अटैक आवर ओन सेल्स. ओके, हियर nerve cells are taken as an example, just okay, to like just to make you understand that this type of antibodies are doing what they are going and they are attacking our own body cells and they will try to destroy our own body cells. Okay, and that is what this condition is termed as autoimmunity, where the antibodies, that is the cells or the chemicals which are present or which are actually formed or which are part of our immune system, they are doing what, they are going and they are attacking our own cells and destroying our own cells. Okay, so here what happens, immunity or the immune system is acting against our own body cells, and so this condition is termed as autoimmunity or autoimmune response. I hope the things are clear. Here you can see that T cells are also there, they are also coming, okay, very close to the nerve cell in order to attack it. So T cells are also part of the immune system. That means what? All of this together are attacking our own body cells, and so the condition is termed as autoimmunity or autoimmune response. I hope the topic is clear to all of you. The next topic which we are going to study is AIDS. So it's a very important topic from your exam point of view. So try to like pay your complete attention. So what is AIDS? The term AIDS actually stands for, or the full form of the term AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Now why it is termed as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome? Because the particular disease is actually acquired during our lifetime. ये एक ऐसा disease है जो कि हम लोग acquire करते हैं और जो कि हमको मिलता है, okay, during our lifetime. It is not a disease which is actually present from our birth. Okay, so that is not an example of congenital disease जो कि हमारे body में already present होता है from birth. It's not like that. Rather ये एक ऐसा type का disease है जो actually is acquired by the different types of living organisms or the human beings during their lifetime, and so it is termed as acquired. Now what is termed as immunodeficiency? This is a type of disease जो कि हमारे इम्यून सिस्टम को वीक करता है एंड ग्रेजुअली हमारे बॉडी को इम्यूनोलॉजिकली डेफिशिएंट बना देता है. ओके, एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच आवर बॉडी इज नॉट एबल टू फाइट द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फॉरेन पैथोजेंस एंड सो आवर इम्यून सिस्टम गेट्स डेफिशिएंट. ओके, so it is termed as acquired immunodeficiency, and this type of disease actually encompasses different types of symptoms. Okay, this type of disease shows different types of symptoms together, and so it is termed as syndrome. As a result, the term AIDS actually stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay, and the causative organism of AIDS is a virus, is a very dangerous type of virus termed as human immunodeficiency virus or HIV. The short form is HIV. Now HIV is a retrovirus. It is a type of virus which have the genetic material as RNA, that is DNA is not present, and it is covered by a protein coat. Okay, let's now discuss about the structure of HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. Okay, so you can see here a picture is depicted where the common structure of HIV is given. So now you can see that as the HIV virus is a retrovirus, that means it is having RNA as its genetic material instead of DNA. Okay, so you can see that in its body structure, two strands of RNA are present. This is one RNA and this one is the other RNA. Okay, so two identical strands of RNA are present. Now you can see two green colored structures are present. These are nothing but the enzyme termed as reverse transcriptase. Now, why do you think this particular enzyme is present inside its body? Because reverse transcriptase is an enzyme which help the RNA to get converted into DNA. Now, once this particular HIV virus will enter the body of human beings, they will try to insert their genetic material, that is the RNA, that is the viral RNA inside our cells, right? And inside the cells, we are having the genetic structure made up of DNA. Now, to integrate their genome inside ours, they have to convert the RNA into DNA. And this can be done only with the help of enzyme reverse transcriptase under the process of reverse transcription. So, the RNA do have this particular enzymes with the help of which they can get converted into DNA and then they can insert their genome into ours. Okay, and infect our cells and they can keep on multiplying within our cells. Okay, so now they have this RNA strands and they have this enzymes termed as reverse transcriptase. Now this is covered or surrounded by a protein coat termed as capsid, and here also the viral envelope, it is also covered by some glycoprotein structures. Okay, so these are the glycoprotein structures which are present on the outside or the uh, surface of the body of the HIV, and these proteins in turn help this particular virus to get attached itself within the host cell. So whenever the HIV comes to attack our body or the cells within our body, they have to attach themselves within our cells or with our cells, right? So in that attachment, who helps? The glycoprotein. Okay, so that this type of glycoproteins are termed as the attachment proteins, which help the virus to um, get attached to the host cell. Okay, so this is all about the simpler structure of HIV. This is sometimes asked in your exam. Please try to remember. Okay, so it is having the genetic material. इसमें genetic material का नाम क्या है? RNA instead of DNA. दो strands of RNA are present. Okay, and each strand में क्या है? देखो reverse transcriptase जो enzyme है वो attached है, and this is covered by a protein coat termed as capsid. Also, the outermost covering or the viral envelope consists of glycoprotein structures. These are the glycoprotein structures which help the uh, viral cell to get attached to the host cell. Clear? Next टॉपिक है मोड ऑफ ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ एड्स, दैट इज ये जो डिजीज है एड्स वो कैसे एक ऑर्गेनिज्म और एक इंडिविजुअल से दूसरे इंडिविजुअल में ट्रांसमिट होता है और ट्रेवल करता है. सो उसका जो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मेथड्स और मोड्स है वो हम लोग देखेंगे. द फर्स्ट वन इज sexual contact with infected persons. So, in case a person is infected from this particular disease, that is AIDS, so the sexual contact with such infected persons can spread or transmit the disease from one organism to the other. Next is by transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products. Now, जब blood transfusion होता है तभी अगर properly test या फिर diagnosis नहीं हुआ and if a person is having AIDS and from that person if the blood is drawn and given to some other persons, then through this transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products, the HIV virus can transmit from one individual to the other. Okay. Next, by sharing of infected needles. Now, if a person is like has used a particular needle for any type of like purpose, and that needle is not sterilized and that needle is again inserted into a healthy person, then what will happen? The virus will be transmitted from the one person to the other. Okay. Next, AIDS can also transmit from an infected mother, okay, to her child through placenta. That is, this virus is very dangerous, that is HIV, and it can easily cross the placenta, and if a mother is infected with AIDS, then she can pass this particular virus to her child through the placenta. Okay, so these are the important modes of transmission. Please try to remember. The next one is the life cycle of HIV and mechanism of HIV infection. So this is also a very important topic. Let us just have a look how the particular virus actually multiplicates and how its life cycle is being conducted within our cell and within our body. Okay, and how it actually infects our body. Clear? Now at the very beginning, देखो, this is the retrovirus, that is, this is the HIV virus. Okay, suppose this is the HIV virus. So human immunodeficiency virus, that is HIV, has RNA as its genetic material, and so it is termed as retrovirus. So you can see this one is the RNA, which is the genetic material of the HIV virus, and this is the viral this is the protein coat. Okay, this is the outermost coat of the virus. अभी देखो, this viral RNA code and this is the protein code, together they make the entire virus. Now what happens, this one is the entire cell of a animal. Suppose, let's suppose this is a human cell, ये हमारा एक cell है. Okay, let us just suppose. So अगर ये एक cell है human beings का, तो देखो, this virus have, like, they have come and they have tried to get attached to the cell of our body. Now हम लोगों ने देखा था ना स्ट्रक्चर में some attachment proteins or glycoproteins are there. So those proteins actually help this virus to get attached to the host cell surface. Okay, अभी देखो, after getting attached, ये जो virus है, it will do what, you know, it will try to inject its genetic material, that is RNA, inside our cell, and then what happens, this viral RNA, along with the help of its enzyme, that is reverse transcriptase, it will get converted into DNA. Okay, you can see viral DNA is produced by the enzyme reverse transcriptase, by the process of reverse transcription. Okay, then what happens, as soon as the DNA is produced, this is the viral DNA, right? Now this viral DNA gets attached to our nucleus, inside our nucleus with our DNA. Okay, and then this particular DNA will instruct our nucleus or our chromosomes to produce viral RNA, okay, viral RNA and viral proteins. Now you can see that generally our DNA helps in the coating of, means like formation of RNA, and this RNA actually help in the coating or coding of different proteins, of which are actually essential for our body. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, as soon as the viral DNA gets attached with our DNA, हमारा जो DNA है, it keeps on forming mRNAs, but now these mRNAs are those of the virus. Now the virus is actually regulating it to produce viral RNAs. तो जैसे कि viral RNAs produce होंगे, similarly they will code for viral proteins, and simultaneously and gradually what will be happening, new viruses will be produced. You can see more and more viruses are being produced, and ultimately these viruses will be released from this particular cell, and these viruses are now free, and they will go and attack one new cell. This one will go and attack one more cell, this one will go and attack some more cell. So in this way, the number of viruses are produced, the more and more they will go and attack the new and healthy cells of our body, and they will keep on destroying the immune cells of our body one after the other. Okay, gradually what will be seen, that the entire immune system of our body will be affected, and our body will become immunodeficient, because there will be deficiency in the different types of immune cells produced in our body. That is, all the immune cells, most of the immune cells will be attacked. Mainly the T helper cells are generally attacked by this HIV virus, and these are those cells which in turn help to activate the other immune cells. As a result, the entire immune system will become deficient gradually of the different important immune cells, and our body will become immunodeficient, for which the disease is named as acute immunodeficiency syndrome, and the virus is named as human immunodeficiency virus. So I hope this is clear to all of you. This is a very important topic. Next, the process of diagnosis of AIDS is done by a technique or a laboratory test termed as enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, which is abbreviated as ELISA. Okay, so under this, what actually happens, the antibodies, like if a particular person, अगर एक person को HIV हुआ है, तो that person will be producing some antibodies against that HIV virus, right? So what is done in this test is, this test, इस test में क्या होता है, some antigens are injected, okay, inside the body, and antigen and antibody का जो कंबाइंड फॉर्म है, कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्म होता है, वो उसका एक्चुअली मेजरमेंट लिया जाता है. तो अगर हमारे बॉडी में HIV वायरस है, तो उसके अगेंस्ट में HIV एंटीबॉडी ऑब्वियसली प्रोड्यूस होगा. तो उस HIV एंटीबॉडी के अगेंस्ट में सम एंटीजेंस आर सेंड, ओके, एंड अगर ये एंटीजन जाके बाइंड कर लिए किसी एंटीबॉडी के साथ, दैट मीन्स व्हाट, antibody, HIV antibody is present. So as HIV antibody is present, that means that particular person is having HIV virus. Clear? So in this way, the ELISA technique help us to diagnose the process or the disease of AIDS. Clear? Next, the AIDS is treated with the help of some antiretroviral drugs. Why? Because as this particular virus is a retrovirus type, so those drugs has to be used which are against or which acts against those retroviruses. Okay, and so treatment with generally the antiretroviral drugs are used to cure AIDS. But actually what happens, you know, AIDS is a disease, a very harmful and a dangerous disease which doesn't have any cure till now. Okay, researches are still going on, पर अभी तक इसका कोई treatment, proper treatment और cure अभी तक नहीं है. पर yes, some drugs are present, antiretroviral drugs are present, जिसके through हम अपने immune सिस्टम को एक्टिवेटेड कर सकते हैं, बूस्ट अप कर सकते हैं, एंड वी कैन इंक्रीज द लाइफ स्पेन ऑफ दोज एनिमल्स और ऑफ दोज इंडिविजुअल्स हु आर हैविंग एड्स. ठीक है. नाउ the next topic is the prevention of AIDS, or how we can prevent and stop AIDS from being transmitted from one individual to the other. The first one is to follow safe blood transfusion. That is, whenever blood transfusion will take place from one individual to another, we should follow several safe and preventive measures, so that we should test. क्योंकि एक ऑर्गेनिज्म जब ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूज करेगा टू अनदर ऑर्गेनिज्म, तभी क्या होना चाहिए, एक्चुअली प्रॉपर डायग्नोसिस होना चाहिए कि जो पर्सन ब्लड डोनेट कर रहा है उसको एड्स नहीं है. तो उसको अगर एड्स नहीं होगा, तो ऑटोमेटिकली जिसको हम लोग ब्लड दे रहे हैं उसको भी एड्स होने का चांसेस नहीं है, एंड वी कैन प्रिवेंट एड्स. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज टू यूज डिस्पोजेबल निडल्स. दैट इज, एक निडल, यूज्ड निडल, एक इंडिविजुअल के ऊपर जो एक निडल यूज किया है, वो निडल दूसरे इंडिविजुअल को यूज नहीं करना चाहिए. ओके. दैट मीन्स वी शुड डिस्पोज एंड डिस्ट्रॉय ए पर्टिकुलर निडल आफ्टर वन यूज. ओके. सो दैट ये एड्स जैसे डेंजरस बीमारियां ट्रांसमिट ना हो सके फ्रॉम वन ऑर्गेनिज्म टू द अदर. ओके. नेक्स्ट, टू अवॉइड sexual intercourse with unknown or multiple partners. Okay. In this way, we can prevent AIDS and stop AIDS from passing from one individual to the other. Next, to prevent drug abuse. So drug abuse भी एक मेथड है जिसके थ्रू ट्रांसमिशन हो सकते हैं. तो वी शुड prevent the different types of drug abuse and the drug abusers. So that's all for today's lecture. These topics are very important, so please try to follow the lecture very carefully, and we shall continue the remaining topics of this chapter in our next class. So thank you everyone for listening to my class.